Yes, let's give a solution to this really cool problem. Again, here's the problem. The problem is that there is here in blue a graph, x to the 4 plus 3x cubed, and there is some line to be found that is tangent at two different points. So let's find that line. First, I'm going to give a solution using algebra, and then we'll do another one using calculus. Before I go on to do some algebra, let me explain the intuition of what's going to happen. What I'm going to do is take the function x to the 4th plus 3x cubed, subtract the line, and then that function, because that tangent line is tangent at two different points, that difference of functions has to have 2 points where there is not just a 0, but a double 0, because it's tangent. And that's what happens, and this is a graph of that difference. And then you see that this function will have 2 zeros that are actually double zeros, and it looks like this. So we're going to use that to our advantage to figure out what the equation of the line is. So here we go. This is the function f, this is the tangent line, and then the difference has to have two different roots, alpha and beta, which are double roots. Since this is a quartic, the whole polynomial has to factor like this, as a double root times a double root. If you put these two terms together, what we get is that there is some quadratic polynomial whose square is the function f minus g. Now we can expand this square, which is this expression over here, and make it equal to the difference of the function and its tangent line, which is this. And now the equality of these two polynomials gives me a bunch of equations. The cubic term, the coefficient has to be equal, so that gives me this. The quadratic term here is 0, so this has to be 0. The linear term and the constant term, they all have to equal, and I get 4 equations that are going to help me figure out what a and b are. And now we can just solve. This equation tells me that c is 3/2. Now, for the second equation, since now I know what c is, I can solve for d, and that gives me that d is minus 9/8. Now I know c and d, so I can solve for a, and I also know d, so I can solve for b. D squared equals minus b gives me that b is minus 81/64, and this equation tells me that a is 27/8. So the equation of the line is 27/8x minus 81/64.